Thanks for staying with us at Asset Television. Welcome to the news at this hour. I am Emanuela Akwaya. First, the headlines. Senate passes Electoral Act, alters electronic transmission. Attorney General seeks reforms to straighten ECOWAS court judgments. Civil Defense arrests kidnappers operating in Abuja and Everons. Now, the news in detail. The Senate on Tuesday passed the Electoral Act 2022, Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2026, following intense deliberation and a contentious division over Clause 60 concerning electronic transmission of election results. Proceedings began with a demand for division raised by Senator Oyinaya Abaribe.
He wants to move a motion for division. If he's not moving a motion for division, then go into
Mr.
the order
President,
and I'll rule.
Order 72. 1. Any senator may challenge the opinion of the President by claiming a division. So I'm calling for a division.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Deputy Senate President, Barrow Jibrin, also weighed in, emphasizing that revisiting previously ruled provisions would be out of order. The Senate leader, Opeyemi Bamidele, however, clarified that his motion for rescission validated Abaribe's call for review.
Distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I have just two quick things to say. The first thing I want to say, in overriding public interest and in defense of the integrity of this institution and the sanctity of our rules, that number one, I, on our behalf, sponsored this motion for rescission. The essence of a motion for rescission is that whatever was passed in the past remain in the past, and we are reopening the whole issue. So we cannot on the one hand say we are trying to do certain things and change certain things, and on the other hand saying Senator Abaribe cannot bring an issue that he brought before. So essentially, consistent with my motion for rescission, Senator Abaribe is properly in order for his distinguished Senate.
During the division, 55 senators voted in support of maintaining the clause with its current proviso, while 15 opposition senators opposed it. Following the vote, the Senate formally moved to rescind the earlier passage and refer the bill to the Committee of the Whole for detailed reconsideration and reenactment.
A bill for an act to repeal the Electoral Act number 13 of 2022 and enact the Electoral Bill 2026 to regulate the conduct of federal, state, and area councils elections in the Federal Capital Territory and for related matters 2026, third reading taken. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to repeal the Electoral Act number 13 of 2022 and enact the Electoral Bill 2026 to regulate the conduct of federal, state, and area councils elections in the Federal Capital Territory and for other related matters 2026, third reading taken and passed. Let me thank distinguished senators for their act of patriotism and thank all of you for displaying democracy, and particularly those who had the courage, even in the overwhelming eyes, to stand up and to answer their father's names by showing so much courage to vote against the proviso in 63.
Though retained overwhelmingly, your minority status notwithstanding, you showed overwhelming courage. You were able to prove democracy at work. So I also want to thank those who voted for the proviso to remain, that you have saved democracy by making sure that we don't go on continuous reruns and repeat of elections, by ensuring that the primary mode of collation of results remains the polling unit results. I want to also thank the Senate for introducing electronic transmission of polling unit results through the portal to the IREF, which will now make it possible for even monitors, including foreigners, who monitor our results, who are not able to visit the 176,000 plus polling units in Nigeria, to see the polling unit results dropping into the IREF. This is a major innovation since 1960, which this Senate stands to be applauded. I also want to thank you for noting that elections are done in the units. Elections are not done at the collation centers. That is why you insisted that the polling unit results field, transmitted, and of course co-signed by the presiding officers as well as agents of candidates and political parties where available, remain the primary mode of collation of all results in Nigeria.
The passage of the bill marks a crucial step in Nigeria's electoral reform process, while ensuring that technical and logistical considerations are addressed ahead of the 2027 general elections. The federal government has unveiled a landmark financing program aimed at transforming Nigeria's entrepreneurial landscape by providing 6,122 micro, small and medium enterprises with access to single-digit interest loans under the SMEDAN Inspire, Create, Start, Scale program. Launched in Abuja on Tuesday, the initiative is a collaboration between the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, DOT GESAL Shaft for International and Kaduna Business School, with implementation support from GOPA Worldwide Consultants. The loan facility will be managed by Jaiz Bank, offering start loans ranging from 250,000 naira to 2 million naira and scale loans between 1 million and 5 million naira. Minister of Youth Development Ayodele Olawade highlighted access to finance as a major barrier to entrepreneurship in Nigeria, particularly for youth and undeserved communities. He said the program is not charity, but a deliberate investment in productivity and sustainable economic growth. Nigeria's Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi has called for sweeping reforms to strengthen the enforcement of judgments delivered by the ECOWAS Court of Justice, warning that weak compliance mechanisms risk undermining regional justice and integration. Speaking at a special forum marking the 50th anniversary of the Economic Community of West African States, Fagbemi said that while the court has recorded significant milestones since becoming operational in 2001, its authority is being weakened by persistent enforcement challenges and structural gaps. The Attorney General acknowledged that the court has delivered landmark judgments on human rights, governance and media freedom, gaining credibility as a regional judicial body. However, he noted that the real test of any court lies not only in its pronouncements but in the willingness and capacity of member states to comply. Fagbemi identified what he described as an enforcement deficit as one of the court's most pressing challenges, stressing that the court lacks direct enforcement powers and depends largely on the goodwill of member states. ASETV will be back after the short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break. The Lagos State chapter of the National Union of Road Transport Workers has unveiled a multi-million naira motor park named in honor of President Bola Tinubu. The facility, christened the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Modern Garage, is located in Oyibo, Lagos, and is scheduled for formal unveiling with top government officials and union leaders in attendance. The new garage joins a list of public facilities across the country recently named after Tinubu since he assumed office in May 2023. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has dealt a major blow to criminal networks in Abuja and neighboring states, arresting 10 suspects involved in vandalism, theft, and kidnapping in a high-stakes operation by its elite Special Intelligence Squad and Crack Squad. The arrests come under directives from NSCDC Commandant General Professor Ahmed Audi, aimed at protecting lives, national assets, and critical infrastructure. According to a statement on Tuesday by the spokesman of NSCDC, Afolabi Babawale, 6 suspects were apprehended for vandalizing electrical and communication installations and stealing government property. Items recovered from them include large quantities of armored cables, heavy-duty hacksaws, ropes, and water pipes. He said those arrested were Suleiman Ibrahim, caught at Jabi Park with stolen cables and tools; Umar Rabiu, 18, arrested at Berger Junction with significant recovered materials; Mukhtar Yusuf, 22, and Ibrahim Haruna, 18, implicated in infrastructure vandalism and theft. He added that 4 additional suspects were apprehended for kidnapping, cattle rustling, and related offences, including Ali Musa of Gako and Musa Juli, a Niger national operating illegally in Nasarawa State. 2 other suspects, Umar Abdullahi, 30, and Murtala Ibrahim, 22, arrested for kidnapping and theft. And that's the size of our package at this hour. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles. On behalf of the news crew, I am Emanuela Akwaya.